Today is February the 4th, and it is almost 8 o'clock. Headed to work. Yeah. So anyway, been thinking a lot about, these tariffs and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is what he's doing now. He already told y'all that this is what he was going to be doing. So I don't know why people are surprised or not, or whatever. I'm just like, guys, he told us he was putting tariffs on everything. So anyway, what it was, 25 to Canada and Mexico, 10 to China or whatever. Yeah, it's going to raise the price of goods, but really it's just going to raise the price of goods for things that we buy out, that are not made here or whatever. Most of the things that we buy, guys, is come from here. Most of the stuff. Now, clothing, maybe not, if you're definitely on DHgate, Shein, and all like that, that is definitely coming straight from China. But I don't know, it's other places that y'all can shop to get all of y'all stuff that y'all want. It come from here or whatever. That's number one. Number two is China now is doing, the 10% tariff. They saying they complained to the World Trade Organization that pretty much this is not good business practices. That's pretty much what they're saying. Like, not even that it's fair or not. They just think that this goes against the guidelines or whatever. And I think now they're about to... Is it Google? I think China is about to do an antitrust on or whatever. And for me, it's China can do all that. Nobody says anything or whatever. Just like Apple. And I think here, you guys just don't truly understand like how big Apple is around the world, how big Google is around the world. Facebook, all that are huge around the world. And then here come TikTok. TikTok started giving y'all a couple dollars. Y'all was good or whatever. But nobody never ever was concerned about privacy and are their business practices correct and, right and all like that. But y'all know how it is. That's how it is when money gets involved, Nobody's thinking about TikTok. I never wanted y'all to not get y'all money. Those who got TikTok shop or, whatever. By any means, get your fucking money. I'm never saying that. However, the concern is the children. The children is really the concern. Y'all know the Whitney Houston, the children are our future. They've been saying this stuff in my lifetime, and I'm sure they had a song back in the day, for like my mom and them lifetime or whatever that was like similar. It's the children. We be so consumed about thinking about the here and the now that we're never thinking about 10 years from now and stuff like that. I tell it every time. These kids that's out here, if you got a kid that's like 11 is really the cutoff, but 10 for real, but 11 on down, we gonna say you gotta get them. You can still mold them, you can still shape them. Them ones that's 12 to 20 they is going. They going. 12 to 20 is going. If they already don't have it, it's going. And it sucks, right? So you gotta get that 11 on down. You gotta get them. It's crazy. I think about like when I was little or whatever, and I was like, oh yeah, we went to church. My grandma came and picked us up, and this was in the early, 80s, 90s or whatever. We went to church with my grandma and my grandpa, and they was old. Well, they probably was like, I don't know, grandma probably was in her in the 87, my grandma was 40. In 87, my grandma was 40. My grandma was 37, I guess, give or take a couple months or whatever, when my mom had me or whatever. But I went to church with her because my mom was 22, but I'm pretty sure that age range from 12 to 22 during the 80s, it was gone. It was gone. It was gone. Lost. And I think it's the same thing is like here, because it's, like every 40 years, it's a new generation or whatever, and you see like, oh, they wilding out here. That age range is wilding, just like that age range in the 80s was wilding. I truly believe that it's because we don't go to church no more. Not necessarily we don't believe or we don't have faith or none of that. It's because we're not fellowshipping with one another, and we not taking the kids. I think that's honestly what it is. Whether you're Christian, Muslim, Catholic, Jewish, whatever it is, I just feel like we stop like going to fellowship, and then taking the kids with us. I think that's honestly what it is. And it's really just social media. I'm a firm believer that it's because everything is so accessible now that we feel entitled that we need to have, whatever it is. And no, just because I see more people with it doesn't mean that I want it. I ain't never been like that. Because I grew up in a time where, number one, we didn't have social media. Number two, niggas ain't have it where I was at, so it's like exposure. A couple of people did or whatever, but if everybody got it, I don't want it. And that's like, I've always been like that. I don't want what everybody has, and social media, I think, has changed where it's like you want what everybody has. And if that's the case, where is the individuality at? Not, my conversations is never about all. It's just individual parts. That's it. It's never all. I'm never talking about all, because yes, there's individuals here. It's people who go to church here. It's people who raise their kids like that. But the whole, I don't know. Anywho, February 4th, 2025, Elon Musk has control of our government, and I don't know how I feel about that. This is not even about Donald Trump anymore. And I need him to understand that too. Like, Donald, you are president, whatever. We done had 1,000 presidents, whatever, that we haven't liked or whatever. I imagine the people that lived in remember when like Martin Luther King times and they just had passed these laws. So imagine the people that was like right in the 70s who were like fresh out of segregation, or the people in the early or in like the 1800s, when slavery just had ended. Like, think about those people. Then you got indentured servants, right? It's crazy. We kind of had it now. It's just, I didn't want Donald Trump to be my president for this, how things are going now. Donald Trump is not the greatest businessman. I don't know why he got y'all brainwashed and thinking he's the greatest businessman. Yeah, he got a lot of money, but business-wise, he files a lot of bankruptcies. He's laid a lot of people off. He's fired a lot of people. They gave him that show, The Apprentice or whatever, because we put Donald Trump as like, oh my God. But for business-wise, I just think that he's a bully, and that's what he tried to do. He just tries to bully people and companies and businesses and now countries. Oh God. But it is what it is. I'm just more upset that you got Elon Musk over here. You could have put him of something else, like technology or some shit. I don't fucking know. But government finance? Have y'all seen Twitter lately? I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Twitter only because I get my news first. That's solely why I find out things fast. So much, like, faster on there. And yeah, he could have been like that, but not government finance, dog. I get it. He know how to save money. Facts, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know, Tesla and the spaceship and all like that. He's great at ideas, but I think that his problem is he doesn't trust enough people to execute his ideas. You can have all these great ideas, but if you don't know how to execute them, then you have to, you got to find it in yourself first. You the first person to know whether or not you can execute something or not. And then it's up to you to go and get, got to go and get somebody to help you. A lot of y'all need that with y'all clothes or whatever, y'all clothes ideas. Everybody making t-shirts, everybody making track pants, everybody making sweatshirts. Not everybody making hats, but there's a couple people making hats. Everybody making beanies. The little short joints that, what's the girl Meatball was selling or whatever. Everybody now got their own beanie. It's about to be, we in winter, but we got another month. Or we got another, I guess, 2 months or whatever. 1.5 of winter. And it's like, why are we out here pushing beanies? It's so weird to me. It's so weird to me. It's so weird. And sweatpants. And that's great. But like, shorts, capris, crop pants, whatever it is, tank tops, jerseys right now. And I just feel like all the summer stuff is what needs to be pushed. It could be some linen pants. It could be, stuff like that. I get that everybody out here wearing sweatpants. I get it. But what sets you apart? Anywho, that's all I got right now. I'm brain all over the place. It's only the 4th, y'all, and these last 3 days have been crazy here in America. The Canadians don't want to drink Canadian whiskey. I find that hilarious. They said it's nasty. I wouldn't know. I drink Maker's Mark, and I don't know where. I'll find out where it's made at. I drink local stuff. My wine is local. I've always been like that. If I know you, I want to support you. Granted, I don't know the Maker's Mark people, whatever, but the Valenzano people, the Tomasello people, the Syrah people, we go there. We know them. Only buy they want. I try to keep my beer local. Eclipse around the corner from me. They got any kind of beer you want in there. They make it. So if you like a Corona, they got something like that in there. You like, what's the Modelo or whatever? They got something like that in there. The sours, all that IPAs, they got it in there. So I'm always grateful to shop local. I go to the ice cream spot in Merchantville. We go to Meg's in Merchantville. I go to Vincent's in Merchantville. Now I go to Monte Grillo down the street from me because the Italian food is good. I don't need to go nowhere else. I found it. Who can make the good one? I know who make the good pizza out here, and stuff like that. Yeah. All its tariffs mean is prices, yes, are going to be increased, but it's really the encouragement of buying American. That's all it means. Stocks may go up and down, but if we start buying locally, I just think that, I don't know, I just think it's always better to support your own. I've always been like that. I don't have the business practices of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. The things that they doing right now is crazy. It's crazy in the sense of the human aspect. it's like, it's not there. The human aspect, right, wrong, or indifferent. And I don't know if I like it, kicking these people out. Forget all that. Migrants, legal, non-legal, whatever. Would he disagree with the bull down in Ecuador, maybe? Somewhere down there in South America. That they gonna ship the criminals down there. Have y'all seen? Y'all ain't seen that jail? Y'all have not seen that jail. I think it's Ecuador. It's probably not even Ecuador. I don't know, but that's the country that comes to mind. Where you talk about prison? Oh, prison down there different, guys. They all sleeping in cages and stuff like that. 60 people in a joint. Did prison different? You think our paid prison system? And they just agreed to ship the prisoners down there, whether they from that country, whatever country, this country, they don't care. America gonna pay him a small fee. That's what he said. We don't know what the small fee gonna be, but I'm sure it might be smaller than housing them here in America in these prisons. Y'all already say it's private organizations. Y'all want to get rid of them. Y'all already say that. Why is our taxpayer money going to that? And how much are we paying? Y'all already been talking about that. So now they've offered a solution to ship the inmates overseas. And in my heart of heart, I want to believe that once they do whatever it is they do, they say only convicted criminals. But y'all see, it's a lot of convicted people that are not guilty. So you got to be convicted. It's not somebody that's like in jail. You got to be in like prison or whatever. And I want to pray and hope to God that once, if you're not in there serving like life or something like that, that once you get off, like you've completed your time, I want to pray and hope that you come home. But in my heart of hearts, I don't think you're going to be coming home. And this is just me, my thoughts, February 4th, 2025.